Hey everybody, it's Nick with Triple Nickel Outdoors. So here it is, my gear loadout for my upcoming JMT hike. I leave in a couple days and I got everything dialed in and ready to go. Over the last couple months I've been experimenting with a bunch of different pieces of gear, trying to see what would work, what didn't, and this is going to be the setup that I finally end up hitting the trail with. I have a lighter pack list of all the contents of my setup. I'll put this in the description of this video, so if you want to print this out, you can check it out and see exactly what I'm going to be carrying. All right, so let's start with what I'm going to be wearing during the hike. I'll put this down so that my wife doesn't kill me. I'm going to be wearing trail runners. These are Salomon X Ultra 3s, non-Gore-Tex, so that if I go through water crossings or they get wet, they dry out quicker than if they had the Gore-Tex. And then inside I wear a Columbia Montrail Enduro sole, insole. There's a little bit more cushion on these than the Superfeet insoles, so I've been experimenting with these. I like those. And then I'm going to be wearing a trucker's hat of some sort. I'm going to be wearing a pair of glasses. These are Smith Outliers. Nice glasses. They got the Chroma Pop technology, so all the colors are really vibrant. A pair of Darn Tough ankle cut socks. Dirty Girl Gaiters, these are American flag print. A pair of Under Armour Launch 9-inch shorts. With these shorts, I like them because they have pockets in them. So I'll put my phone in a pocket, put like a chapstick in a pocket so that it's easily accessible. These shorts come with a liner built into them, but I cut that out because I'm gonna be rotating a couple pairs of underwear. So I didn't want the liner in there compromising the underwear, how they ride. And then I go to my Patagonia Capilene 6-inch boxer briefs. And then for the mornings that it's cold, if it's buggy, sun protection and stuff, I'm gonna bring a pair of these Under Armour running tights. They're breathable, they're warm, so I can just throw these on quick if I need a little bit of protection from bugs and stuff like that. I'm gonna be wearing a Under Armour t-shirt. I like this heat gear technology. Dries pretty quick. And then I have my Vormy River Run hoodie. This is nice if it's cold to start, I'll throw this on. It's treated with some SPF protection so that if it's the sun's out and I want to put that on too, it'll keep me cool and protect me from the sun. And then the last thing I'm going to be carrying is a buff. So if I'm not wearing this, this will go in the side pocket on my pack, but this is good because I'll wet it down or just protect my neck from the sun and stuff like that. All right, so that is everything that I'm going to be wearing. Now let's get into the pack itself. I finally ended up pulling the trigger and getting a Z-Packs Arc haul. So why don't we just get into the pack and I'll just start going through pockets and pull stuff out. So it has this back mesh pocket that I'll carry my rain gear in. This is an OR Helium 2 rain jacket, lightweight. I have a pair of Z-Packs Vertice rain pants. In addition to rain protection, I'm going to be using that stuff for early morning. Like if I get up early and it's cold out, I'll throw that on. For around camp, I'll put that on too. And then bug protection and sun protection if I need it, because the bugs are supposed to be swarming like crazy. So if I need to, I'll just throw that stuff on. I have a pair of just shower sandals from Walmart. Camp towel, microfiber towel. I'll save these for later. And a pack cover. This is from Dutch Wear Gear. It's just a sil nylon pack cover. Throw this on, a little bit added rain protection, and it'll keep the pack from getting way down if it does rain out with the added water. So I like throwing that on. And then, as we'll see in a little bit, I'm bringing a tent. These are the stakes. It's a little Z-Packs bag. And I'm using MSR groundhogs. I like these stakes. They're trustworthy. They don't really bend in hard ground. So I've had good experience with these stakes. I need 8 for the tent setup that I'm going to be using, and I bring 9 total, so I have 1 extra in here. All right, so that's everything in here. This pocket Carry my water filter. This is a Catadine B-free filter. I've had good experience with this, so I keep using this filter. And then I use a Hydropack Seeker 2-liter dirty water bag. And then in this pocket also I have my cook kit, which is I have this Z-Packs, just a little baggie. And then I use a Snow Peak 700 mug. I don't do any real cooking in the backcountry. I normally just boil water. So this gives me enough space to boil some water, have a little bit extra for coffee in the morning. But it makes cleanup a lot easier, not having to boil, or not having to clean out your pot and stuff like that. Comes with a lid with a little strainer on it. And then I'm using my MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. This is a new stove that MSR just released. So I've had good experience with this stove so far, and I'm carrying a canister inside of this cup. The reason that I like this size cup is because it makes everything nest easy in there. And the last thing is just a piece of tin foil I put on the bottom to just line the cup, and then I'll put this down on top of, or on the bottom of the canister so that it gives a little bit of a vapor barrier. All right, so then on this pocket over here, I'm going to carry my toiletry stuff. I have a roll of toilet paper, thing of Purell hand sanitizer, thing of wipes, and then one of those bio bags because I have to pack out my toilet paper. So that just makes everything a little bit more easily accessible, just have everything stuffed right there. And if we flip the pack over, I have a 1-liter smart water bottle that fits perfectly in this Justin's ultralight water bottle holder. It's specifically made for the smart water bottles. This is the 1-liter size. He also makes half-liter sizes. So this is a really nice setup right on my shoulder strap. On top of that, I'm going to be carrying a Garmin InReach Mini. This is a 2-way texter, GPS texter. It sends out messages and I can receive messages. It pairs with my smartphone, so I can use the smartphone Bluetooth to this, and it just makes it look like I'm sending out a regular text. So this is a really nice, nice piece of gear. Then on this shoulder strap, just have a whistle with Bobby Booba. This is just a little thing that my son gave me, so good luck charm. I have a Hyperlight Mountain Gear shoulder strap pocket. This thing's nice. I can put my sunglasses in here, and it's got a waterproof zipper, and then a little pocket in here that I can store some cash, an ATM card, and then in the back of it, I just have the maps I don't want to be carrying. So I'll use this more as like a security pocket, just so that I have stuff that I can keep readily accessible, but I really won't open up this zipper. I'll keep that closed so that I don't lose anything. All right, so that's those pockets. Let's go into the hip belt pockets. Also on this pack, I added a lumbar pad, so that's a little bit more comfort on it. Stay. So in this pocket, I just carry some toiletry stuff. It's just a baggie with some wet wipes in it. And then this is a bag that I use stuff readily on the trail, just to have it easily accessible. Got some Dr. Bronner's, chapstick, Leatherman squirt. This is nice. It's got a little pair of pliers on it, small knife, pair of scissors, stuff that I like having. Little bottle of sunscreen, little thing of Leuco tape, some bug spray, picaridin is in there, little ferro rod, lighter, thing of Body Glide, and a thing of A&D ointment. So just like I said, a bunch of stuff that I can grab quick as I'm making my way down trail. And then on this side, I carry whatever food I'm going to be eating for the day. So I got, just a couple of pieces of food in there. I snack during the whole day, so I just want things that are easily accessible. And then I have my head net. So that's right in there if I need it. One thing that I may do, because I'm only going to be carrying 1 liter of water, I may put my water filter in one of these pockets just so that I don't have to keep taking the pack on and off to grab it from the side, but I'll see as I'm working my way down trail if I like that setup more. But there's enough space in these pockets that I can put some other stuff in there, so we'll see how that works out. All right, cool. So then we can get into the top. I got the pack added. I added a V-strap on it so that if I did have to carry a bear can, we'll see in a little bit, but this will secure the bear can to the top if for whatever reason I have to strap it to the outside. But for now, I have a little piece of Z-Lite sole pad cut 3 sections. I'll use this as a sit pad. All right, and then I had them add these side straps just to secure the top down a little bit different instead of just having these ones buckle at the top. All right, so I'm going to be using a Z-Packs duplex tent. This is a 2-person tent. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'4", so this gives me more than enough space when it's all set up that I'm comfortable inside. I need my trekking poles, we'll see those in a second, but I need my trekking poles to set this up. So that is my tent. And then I have my bear can. This is a Barricade Weekender. I'm going to be carrying at the most 5.5 days worth of food from Muir Trail Ranch to Onion Valley, which is, like I said, the longest stretch. And then on the top, I just have this quarter in just a piece of duct tape so that I can hit all these locking mechanisms really quick. I don't need to look for anything crazy. It's all right there. And I have around my bear can the pad I'm going to be using. This is a Thermarest X-Lite. It's got an R value of 3.2, so that should be more than adequate for the temperature that I'm going to be dealing with. On it, you're seeing a little bit that I'm using a quilt. I have my straps, so that will secure the quilt to this pad. And below that, I have just a ditty bag. This is just a DCF ditty bag that I made. And I carry a bunch of like little odds and ends in here, so that way I keep everything organized. I have my toothbrush and toothpaste. I have a small survival kit. It's got some waterproof matches, some drinking tablets to purify water, a thing of crazy glue, a needle, a safety pin, some dental floss, some DCF repair tape, some tenacious tape or Terry type A, some fire starter, just a little bit of everything, just in case I need it. Carry a little medical kit. This has pills in it, Aleve, Imodium AD, Benadryl, stuff like that, a little bit of hydrocortisone cream and some Neosporin, a couple Band-Aids and a couple pieces of gauze pads. Nothing too crazy with that. Carry a base plate compass, Sunto, piece of string. I can use this as a clothesline, or if one of my tie-out lines to my tent fails, I can strap this on. My spoon, Toke's titanium with a aluminum polished bowl. This thing, and then this is all the electronic stuff that I'm bringing. So my charging, I'm not bringing a solar charger. I'm bringing this Anker 20,000 milliamp battery pack. And the reason that I went with this is I'm going to be filming some stuff when I'm out there. I just want to make sure that I had enough juice to get me from resupply point to resupply point. So this is more than adequate to what I think I'm going to be needing. But when I get to those resupply points, this is the fast charging one. So it comes with a USB-C cord and the fast charging brick. And if this were dead, it would charge in like 3 to 4 hours. So it's good. It weighs a little bit more, weighs around a pound, a little bit less, but it's highly worth it for, in my opinion. I got that. My headlamp. This is a Nitecore NU25. It's got the shock cord mod on it, so this is a lightweight headlamp. And then just a couple basic cables that I need. You can go on Amazon and order these. This is like a 4-inch cable. You can order these small cables so that you're not carrying the big ones, and just keep it in a Ziploc bag. This is all the extra clothes that I'm bringing. I keep it in a Z-Packs. This is a DCF dry bag, but it has the fleece lining in it. I can use this as a pillow for my setup, so I like that feature. 2 extra pairs of the Darn Tough ankle socks. I'm going to be rotating 3 pairs because it's supposed to be wet with all the snow and melt off that they got there. Little Scully. This is an Underground Quilts down beanie. Pair of gloves. a Smart Wool 150 weight base layer top, and the Smart Wool 150 weight base layer bottoms. I'll wear these around camp, keep me warm. And then another pair of those Patagonia 6-inch boxer briefs. All right, and like I said, this thing flips inside out, and it has that fleece lining on the inside of that. Save this again for later, we'll go over that. And the last thing is on the bottom in this Nyloflume pack liner, I carry my down puffy. This is a Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer without the hood, because I bring the down beanie when I'm sleeping, so this one doesn't have a hood on it, but this is really warm for its weight. Have a pair of Goose Feet gear down booties, so these will be nice too if it gets cold overnight. I can throw those on. A pillow, Nemo Philo Elite pillow. I like carrying this and the fleece lined bag liner because it gives me a little bit more support if I need it. So I carry this too. It's my luxury item. And then the last thing in here is my quilt. This is an Underground Quilts Bandit, 950 fill power down, 80 inches long, 55 inches wide, no taper. I used to have an Underground Quilts Bandit, same quilt, but it was tapered. And I slept out with it a couple nights on the ground. I normally sleep in a hammock, so it works good in a hammock, but on the ground, I wasn't getting enough coverage on my sides. I ended up selling that quilt to a friend of mine, and I called up Paul over at Underground Quilts and had him make me one of these with that no taper. And what that does is it keeps its form all the way down to where the foot box is, so that I'm getting a little bit extra coverage in my midsection. So it's been really good. I've had plenty of coverage with that 55 inches. And that's great. This is another great piece of gear that I'm really looking forward to using on the trail. Like I said, that's that in there. And just one more thing is my poles. I'm using Alpine carbon corks. These are a little bit heavier than some other poles on the market, but since I'm using these for my tent setup, I wanted to make sure that they were reliable. So these are really, really good poles. I got a piece of duct tape wrapped around each pole, 2 feet, pinstripe pride, got to rep the Yankees when I'm out there. And then, oh, okay, so we'll go over the last thing that I wanted to keep out. Well, in addition to the tent, I'm also bringing my hammock. I couldn't imagine being out in the wilderness without this. I just love a hammock. I love sleeping in it. I love just relaxing in it. So I'm bringing this. This is another luxury item that I'm bringing on the trail with me, but it's well worth its weight in my opinion. This is a Dream Hammock Darien. It's 11-foot hammock. It's got a bug net that's zippered in, so I don't have to worry about bugs. It's cut to 62 inches, so it's got a little bit extra room to move around in. So I'm really, really pumped that I'm bringing this. And the straps I'm going to be using are, so I was concerned that the straps could be an issue for the national parks because there seems to be a little bit more regulations with them. So I texted Jeff Myers over at Myers Hammock Tech Lab, and he made me a pair of 3-foot-long tree huggers that are 2 inches wide. So that way I can wrap these around the tree. It'll offer a little bit more protection for the tree. I added some Evo loops. These are like a soft link carabiner. These are really, really, this is one of the best inventions I think ever. And then I have it attached to my 1-inch Venom webbing from Ripstop by the Roll, 12 feet long. And I'm going to attach these to my hammock with a Beckett hitch. This is the tripod that I'm going to be bringing. This is a Joby Gorilla Pod. It's got a ball head mount on it that I could set up in different positions. And since I'm just bringing my iPhone, I just have this Joby iPhone mount that I'm filming with it now, but basically the phone would go in here so I could set it up in a couple different positions. And then when I'm not using it, it will go like this. And then I usually keep it in my chest strap right like that. And then to get everything on the airplane, I have this ULA duffel bag, 70 liters, that will hold all of my gear to get me onto the plane. And then in it, I'm bringing a UPS priority box. And what I'm gonna do is when I hit Yosemite Valley, I'm gonna take the clothes that I'm gonna be wearing and this duffel bag. I'm gonna ship them to myself at the end of the trail at the hotel where I'm staying. They'll accept the package from me and hold it for me so that I have everything that I need for when I leave the actual trail. So that's what it's going to be going onto the plane in. So that is everything in my setup that I'm gonna be taking. With all the things that you saw, my base weight is 16.77 pounds. I'm really, really happy with that number considering all of the stuff that I'm gonna be carrying. One thing that I thought about bringing was this umbrella. I don't know, I may toss this in, I'm not sure though, so I didn't want to include that, but I do have that available. And the other thing that I'm tossing around is my pair of micro spikes. I don't have them with me because one of my friends is meeting me out on my 7th day. So I gave him my micro spikes. If, as I'm moving along trail, I notice that snow is a problem and that they need to be utilized, the only pass that I'm really going over that I'm gonna need them for is Donahue Pass, but by the time I hit that, it should be good to go. But if for some reason it isn't, I'm gonna text him and say, bring the micro spikes, we're gonna need them, and he can bring those with me. But other than that, that is my gear loadout. If you think of anything that I could possibly add to my setup, please leave it in the comment section of this video. That's all I got. I'm really looking forward to getting on trail. This is Nick with Triple Nickel Outdoors. Get out there.